So today we are doing what your future spouse or soulmate has to say to you right now. Like if they could, if we were in another dimension or something, you know. So through the universe is going to give you a hint onto what is going on, you know, with your future spouse. So let's find out. So we have messages in a bottle, so we'll open those last. Also, I don't know if I've ever explained that, but all the cards that I use are in the description underneath this video because I just got new cards, so I'm excited to use them. Okay, so we have pile 1, 2, and 3. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to make your decision. And we will get started with group 1. Hi, group 1. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay. So this is from, or what, like, is, let's just see. It's supposed to be a message from your spouse, future spouse. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So these together are telling me that they're trying to get their stuff together pretty much right now. And I think they've been doing that for a long time. But I think just recently they've realized that it's never going to quite get all together unless you follow your intuition. So if you go against the tide, it's going to kind of impede your progress. And I think that's what your person is realizing, if I'm correct. So, because they've been juggling a lot. This is obviously the juggling, the prioritizing type of, but this one is kind of making it seem like they're not quite good at it. They're handling it, obviously, but they're not, they're a little wonky, you know? He doesn't look quite sure. So those together make me feel like they've been trying to get to that position to be a good spouse for their partner, their future partner. And just now they're receiving and giving those messages from the universe. You know, they've kind of taken a step back maybe recently. Okay, so that makes sense. So we have the Phoenix. So it's a new phase, okay? Rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So something is going on where they're going through something and they are taking that leap. They are listening and maybe not quite going the logical, financial, anything like that way. They're kind of more going towards, well, this is what makes me happy, or this makes me feel like myself. You know, maybe they're going through a move or something, or not necessarily a physical move, but I feel like an energy shift. So that might be why you haven't met up with them yet. Either they are catching up to you, maybe you've already kind of done this work, right? And this also, going back to this, rekindle kind of sticks out for me, and renew, right? So this could be for someone, and it is interesting that this High Priestess is jumping this way, which is kind of in the backwards position, which is interesting. And this one is facing forward, so it's almost like something from the past could be being rekindled. Okay, just throwing that out there. This card tells me relaxation, renewing, getting a clean mind. See, there's a little window there, and it's clouds. It's kind of clearing the view. It's clearing up. You can tell it was cloudy maybe, and then the sun started shining in. It's clearing up here. Taking a step back. I feel like all of this kind of has to do with them kind of readjusting, finding their balance, where they want to be in life. A attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So, okay, that is telling me that is like what? That is so cool because it's right after this. Someone taking the time. There's like a drink, you know, it's clearly like some sort of, maybe this is like a wine place table. You know, it's kind of like taking a moment for yourself. And then we have enjoying this moment fully. So I feel like your person, your future spouse, is finding this for themselves, and that is what's going to attract you guys together. The universe will notice that, and the energies will want to like be together. So we're in the right place, right? They're starting to do the work. Okay, so we have I will be king, and you will be queen. David Bowie. And then Fleetwood Mac. We have this is a dream, right? Deja vu. Interesting that this deja vu one happens to be underneath this, like, you know, going kind of backwards thing. Like, maybe it's not quite like an X or something, but it's something that's like revisiting. It's like revisiting a past or a moment or a memory. There's something with the past. It doesn't have to be the person. Just putting that out there, that there's something with the past. Like maybe, I honestly, there's so many, I don't want to like just put out just certain circumstances because there's a lot that could mean. So just take that how it resonates, like the past, right? It's something like deja vu, like it almost seems familiar. And I like this one, obviously. I will be king, and you will be queen, okay? So that's what they want to say. Like, and I think that's what they're trying to get to. Like, they knew they're not, see this underneath? They're not in the king position right now, right? They're trying to get there. They're trying to be that king that will attract you, right? Look at the bigger picture. And we have full moon in Sagittarius. So they could be a Sagittarius, okay, or you, so that's just extra bonus. So again, it's like looking at the bigger picture. Like, what are they looking at? They're sitting at this table, and they're looking at flowers. Just the simple parts of life. Like, this is it, right? They're trying to figure out the bigger picture. Maybe they've just been like, go, go, go. And now they're realizing, you know, I need to follow, because the High Priestess is like total intuition, you know? It's like being able to just know who you are. So I feel like that is exactly what's going on. And it's not like it's a never-ending journey. It kind of is, but I mean, not like for you to meet them. Like, there's going to be a point where their energy now will match yours. So it's just a kind of like a waiting game until they get to this point of attracting you. Like, their energy has gone through a cleansing, you know? They're now more balanced. That's just what I feel like. They're trying to get balanced. Okay, so we have improving health and take action. So that's interesting, and that's the very end, is take action. So like I said, it's like they're doing all the work, then that's when the moment will be able to happen. I mean, like, things are happening here, okay? And he's like throwing like a star, like a comet. It's like a wish, you know? Like being delivered once they take action. So again, the improving health. This is exactly what's going on. So I like that this is their message to you, that, like, you know, just be patient. And if this isn't them, maybe this is their message to you, that you need to do this work because they want to be king and queen here, you know? So, you know, take that how that resonates, right? Let's see what the little message says before we get charms. I don't remember, so I wrote them, obviously, but I don't remember, like, I don't know which one was your guys's, you know? Oh my god, so this is the good one. This is perfect. I'm learning to listen to my intuition, okay? exactly what I was saying, right? The second card here was the High Priestess, all about intuition. She's got like, you know, an actual satellite near her head. You know, she's listening to the universe, her intuition, and really a balanced frequency is within her. That is cool. I like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, what do we have? So we have a little froggy on top of this letter, so we'll remember that. Okay, so there was a frog on top of D. We have F and O. Okay, so those are for you. Those could be abbreviations, initials, anything like that. Okay. Interesting that we had a little frog there, so that could be tied in with the D. Maybe there's someone's name, you know. Okay, so we have a 2. Okay, hello, hello. That is the High Priestess. So let's just go ahead and pull her out. High Priestess again. Okay, so like I am saying. And then we have the 1, which is the Magician. Now that is cool because they're manifesting. So they are making the changes. They like have you in mind, and they're like not you specifically if they don't know you, you know, like I said, but they have you, like the picture of you, the person they want, which is in the end you. They are manifesting you. So they're manifesting them to be perfect for you. Does that make sense? Like they're making the changes so that they attract you because they want you in the end. So we have the blood, sweat, and tears, okay? That's what that tells me. That's very, and sometimes it tells me like ancestry, but that's clearly not, so we won't go into that, obviously. Blood, sweat, and tears, that means like hard work. They're doing the hard work. Inside and outside. Maybe they're on a diet. Maybe they're like, you know what, I've put on a lot of coronavirus pounds, you know? Maybe they're just kicking it up a notch from the new year. Valentine's is coming, you know? So we have, he's lost like all of his legs so far. We have a little ladybug. Now that tells me 1, good luck, right? That is like a little tiny, I feel like it's like a little spirit guide, you know, a little spirit guide just to kind of like be on your shoulder and help you out. And I feel like anytime you see one, especially like in your house or somewhere really weird, it's kind of them just being like, I'm still here, you know, like invisible little buggers, you know. But it also tells me springtime, summertime, you know, warm weather time. Okay, so we have the little fairy on the moon. So, and we have an S. That's technically an S, so we'll put that up there. But it's like a fancy S, so it does stand out. So that could be something. Also, we had Sagittarius, you know, pop up. And it was next to the moon, because that was like the moon card. So let's look at the bigger picture. Which is interesting because she obviously is. If she's sitting on the moon, you know, she's like looking at the whole picture. And it also tells me like a new perspective and reaching a goal because of those new perspectives, right? So like she's so high up, and it also kind of like the moon, and she has a little star there. Like you've reached for the moon. You know, you've reached for the stars and you're there. You made it. So it could mean a couple things. So take that charm as it resonates. We also have, which is interesting because it is pointing the right way. So this is true north. If it does point that way for me, if it points that way, then it, you know, obviously isn't. But it was like that. So again, it's a star. It's a star card. Along with this one as well, the little star there. It's kind of like reaching the goal. You know, we have the manifestations going on. The magician, you know. We have, oh, interesting. So this, and it was just Christmas. This is a black Christmas tree. That tells me that an occasion that should have been really happy, like, wasn't, or a sad occasion just occurred. Something like that. So your person may have had a bad holiday and a bad New Year's. Maybe that is why they kind of realize, I don't like where I'm at. I'm tired of this. I want to live the life I want to live, and I want to find my person. And I think this might have been like the whole, maybe it kicked that off a little bit lately. And then we have well, we don't end with that because I didn't read this guy yet. But we have the little, sometimes it means breakfast, but a lot of times it just means like diet, like paying attention. So like I said, like your person may be honestly going through like an actual physical transformation as well. Maybe they're starting to work out a little more. Maybe they realize, like, I'm getting tired brushing my teeth. This is a bad sign here, So I think they're, like, going through the transition. Not that I recommend eggs. I'm a vegan, just so, should probably change that to be tofu so that I can read it correctly. But it just stands for watching what you eat, home cooking, not cooking, getting fast food, things like that. Really just paying attention. And then we have the little dolphin, which is interesting because I feel like it doesn't necessarily go with much, except that it looks exactly like this motion here. So that is interesting. And we do have the frog. Now, all these little animals, like, see, and it kind of just tells me, like, transformation, like new, spring, right? And so this, like, taking a leap, having fun, following your passion. Why is a dolphin leaping in the air? Only because it's fun and it likes to do it and it makes it feel free, So I feel like that is what your person is ultimately trying to get to, which happens to be the last one I read. So there you have it. That is their goal, So we can do a pendulum question. So if they could tell you secretively, if they had something to tell you, what would it be? Like if they could telepathically send you something. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, that's a good hint. We met a few years ago. Okay. Kind of like I was saying before, kind of like revisiting something from the past. So maybe that is. Maybe this is for you. Maybe you do know who I'm talking about. Maybe you are kind of waiting around for this person to like kind of, care about themselves a little bit. Like, they have the potential. And maybe, there wasn't much you could do about it or something, and you just kind of had to wait and be patient. There's a lot of scenarios that could be going around, so, but that is what they have to say to you. So maybe just all in all, just like be patient, and they will come around. Remember? Take action. So they will be taking action once they're ready. All right, so I hope that helped you. If not, as always, check out other videos and comment, like, subscribe. It always helps. And hope you guys take care and have a good night. Hi, group 2. Okay, we'll read that after we read the cards. So let's see what we have. Okay, so this is from your person, right? Your future spouse. So we have King of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the Seven of Cups. And so there's like a lot of decisions here, right? And they're kind of like all stacked on top of each other. So either, and it might not be decisions, right? Because a lot of times it's portrayed as decisions, but this one, it almost seems like it's all on their plate. Like it feels like there's 7, like multiple things, like priorities or duties or, responsibilities that they're working on, or problems. There might be like multiple things. Like maybe they're fixing up their house and they have to do this and they have to, so they seem like distracted, okay? And also, because it begins with the King of Pentacles, I feel like they're really working on their money situation. Like maybe that is why there's so many things going on. Like maybe they have been doing a lot of financial transactions. They're investing in something, or they are working really hard, or they started a company, something like that. Or just started a new position. Something where all of a sudden they have a lot to do. And I feel like it's not like a mess though, because it's all like on top of each other. I feel like they're working on it and they have it all in order. It just has to all be done. Okay? It's kind of similar to like group one's reading, I feel like, where they're really just trying to like do their best right now, if that makes sense. And like it feels like all the stuff that they have to do like doesn't require other people. It's all like stuff that they have to do by themselves, within themselves, or for themselves, Okay, I like that. Okay, so we have clock. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. Okay, so again, it's like they're getting somewhere. And I feel like also, not that it like really says that, but I feel like they're aware of the ticking clock. Like maybe just recently, they went from like party person to like, oh man, like maybe I need to start actually getting my stuff together, because I do have goals. I do have a person in mind that I want, and I need to become that spouse for them so I can attract them, So I feel like it's really prominent, like the clock, the time. Like I feel like they are very aware of that now. Maybe they weren't before. Okay, so I like this one as well. So this is telling me that we have a little compass here, right? And a little, rainbow coming out of a cloud here, You can take that as dreary or not. It doesn't seem like a storm cloud, so. And it almost seems like blue sky, But I feel like it's an ocean because there's like a little map here, a little bit. Either way, it feels like things have, like that song, like I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. It's like they're deciding which way they want to go, and they're going to go towards their happiness, their true north. Right? They're trying to navigate everything. They have it all in order, they're doing a good job. But that is why like you guys just haven't met yet or matched up yet energy-wise, cuz they're just not ready. Or maybe this is for you, take it how it resonates. Maybe both of you are going through this, and maybe they're trying to tell you, look, you're not alone. We're going through this. Maybe we have to go through this alone first in order to find each other. Okay, so it says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So as you release and heal the things that, weren't so great in the past, the things that, and like, okay, in this picture as well, there's like a little like Ferris wheel here. So that to me kind of tells me like, party, like, wasn't really that serious about it. But it's also deep in there, in the random forest, I don't know. And it seems like now they're aware. They're almost like looking at it from a different perspective, and they're aware that they have work to do in order to navigate where they want to be. Does that make sense? So we have, by Madonna, are you wasting my time? Are you just being kind? Don't go giving me one of your lines. Huh. I feel like that is like, maybe, like I said, like with this like Ferris wheel here of like, kind of like a roller coaster, like going up and down, kind of like a giant human hamster wheel. And again, it's like in this like wheel too, right underneath of it. And it's kind of like maybe they've realized, oh my gosh, like the person that I am isn't being taken seriously because I'm not quite taking myself seriously. So all the people I'm attracting are just people that are wasting my time. And maybe they've realized, because again, clock, maybe this is like they're aware of time. Like maybe they're aware that they've been wasting their time with the wrong mates and they need to find you. And so they realize, well, in order to find a better person than what I'm attracting, I need to be better. I wouldn't need the radio to be my lullaby if I had you. Karen Carpenter. I like this because, you know, it's following this one. Like, they're realizing if I had you, the person that I really do want and need to work for is who I want, not these people wasting my time. You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay. Again, underneath the clock. So it's just clarifying that they're aware that they just need to do the work. And once they do the work, it'll happen. They'll reach their goal. So you're only so far away from your goal. As long as you keep working, every time you work at it, your goal gets closer to you. So they are aware of this, so it means it is coming, you know. They are going to reach their goal. They've like maybe set a timeline as well, you know. Maybe they really are kicking it up a notch. Maybe they really are, instead of just working on one, they're like, I'm going to work on all 7 all at once, get it done, just do it, you know. Big happy changes. Okay, I like that. Within the next few months. Okay, so I like all of this. I like all of this. This is all very good. Okay, so I feel like they're very aware. They want you. They're manifesting you, you know. They've just got to do the work, and they're aware of the work. And they're aware of the time it takes. They're just going to do it right the first time so that they can, within a few months. I mean, this is a good card. Okay, let's open up our little message. So I obviously, like I wrote the message, but I don't know which one I put in each one. So it's kind of a surprise to me too. And I honestly don't remember what I wrote. Okay. I'm not ready to say what I want to say. Okay, hello, that's perfect. That's perfect. Because they want to, like, go out and attract that person, but they know they're not ready. You know, that person being you, they know they're not ready to attract you. Love it. Okay. Message in a bottle. I like that. You know what? I think something fell on the ground. It did. Okay, that fell. Just jumped right up. Okay, so we have a T, an N, and an A, and an X, and a G. Okay, so take that how it resonates for you. They could be initials, abbreviations, all that fun stuff. I like that we have a little message in a bottle, okay? So it could be just reiterating that this is like, you know, definitely a message from them. But this normally, on its own, without being a message in a bottle reading, tells me that a message is on the way and that maybe it's not quite sent, it's not quite read, it's not quite written, something like that, because it isn't obviously opened or it hasn't reached its destination yet, okay? So it's still kind of secretive, but someone has something to say to you. Okay. This is my little snowball, okay? So this tells me that usually just that it's cold, like either where they live, maybe that's where they grew up, maybe that is what's going on right now because it is winter time in many places, like where I am right now. So maybe they're kind of just, you know, taking the winter time, the hibernation time to really like do this hard work, right? If anything, it just kind of, sometimes it stands for the 5 of Pentacles, only because it's kind of like being left out in the cold, but I don't feel like that's what it's speaking of right now. I don't feel like they feel left out. Unless it could be speaking to, like, maybe you feel left out, you know? But either way, it has something to do with, like, winter, feeling left out, or coldness, things like that, okay? The biggest one we have is the owl. Now, he kind of tells me that, like, they've been sitting and watching. Like, this is normally, like, my watcher, my follower, my semi-stalker. I don't feel, stalker is a little intense, it's a little extreme. I don't feel like anyone's stalking, but it's watching for sure. So maybe that is maybe why. Maybe they've realized that they really like you. Maybe they have been watching you or something along those lines. And now maybe that kind of like put a fire under their butt, you know, to kind of like, oh, I like this person. Like, I want to be good enough to attract this person, right? We have the little golden pig, okay? Now, that doesn't necessarily tell me anything about pigs necessarily, but it does tell me that, like, the eating is good. So maybe your person has put on a few pounds. Maybe they want to like work on taking that off as well, okay? It's normally kind of what it tells me. It means like feasting, abundance. He's not a skinny pig, you know? So he's been living a good life. So that is kind of what it tells me. It's kind of like almost like the golden egg, but someone's like been eating the egg, right? So maybe now they kind of regret it maybe a little bit. I mean, if they've just been sitting around watching, maybe, you know, it's not very active, right? So that could just be what the, oh, hey, you know what? This is a D. So we have a D in there too, okay? Let's see what else we have. Okay, so we have a cycle again with the we had the Ferris wheel, right? And it's kind of the same thing, a human hamster wheel. It's almost like your person just kind of feels like they've been working so hard and like doing this one thing, and then they realize like, I don't know if I've actually been working hard. I've just been kind of doing the same thing. I haven't really been stepping it up. You know, they've just been going along on the treadmill, and it's kind of the same. It's a cycle, you know, it's the cycle. So that's what I'm getting, that this person kind of maybe feels trapped, and they're working on their way out. And then we do end with the little baby chick, okay? So that tells me a new, right? A new transformation, a new chapter, a new you, okay? So a new them, really, is what that means. So they are working on themselves. They do want to present themselves as a better version of themselves because they know they can be better, and that's what they're doing, okay? Let's see what the pendulum wants to say. So this is to see like what they could say to you, or what they would say to you if they could, right? They're like, you know, ESP or something, or in a dream if you guys met, with what they would say to you if they could. You already know me. Okay, so you already know them. So maybe this is why we have the big watching, you know, the watching charm here. So maybe they are really desiring you, and maybe they know that they are not up to par right now. And I don't know what that means. Maybe it means, you know, maybe they have been lazy lately, or just not really putting much into themselves. You know, it could be a lot of things. So I feel like that is what's going on. So that is interesting that you already know them. I like that. So I like this reading. You guys, it all made sense. It ends good. Within the next few months, big happy changes, right? You know, and they will love and cherish you, you know? They wouldn't need someone to sing them a lullaby because they would have you, remember? So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you. If not, check out other videos as always. And like, comment, subscribe. It helps me a whole bunch. And I hope you guys take care and have a good night. Hi, group 3. Okay, We're going to save this for after we read the cards. Let's see what we have here. What does your person want to say to you? Okay. So this is a Three of Cups, and then we have the Hermit. So I feel like your person is like, okay, one, they're either worried about like what people are saying, but I don't think that that's what's happening. It might be for like a fraction of your people. But I feel like with the Hermit card, it's telling me that like at one, like all of these have basically been like all very similar. That your person has gone from like being like a really active person, you know, life of the party almost or something, or maybe they were like, you know, the Three Musketeers, they were a part of like a group, and then maybe, you know, and that's kind of like where their identity was, you know, they were a part of this group or these something, and then I feel like as they got older, maybe they kind of like, you know, you lose your friends get married, your friends do this, you change interest, things like that, and I feel like they've become an actual hermit. Normally this card tells me about, you know, getting enlightenment, things like that, but I honestly feel like your person hasn't quite found their place since this. They're almost like having an identity crisis. Or maybe they were, and they're like getting out of it now. Like maybe they've realized, you know, okay, I am a person, and I need to like find out who I am without this. That's like what I'm getting the most. Let's see what else we have first. Okay, so, okay, hey, that's good. It says, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting. Want to date. So maybe your person has like, maybe they came across you or something, you know, maybe they've realized like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get this person if I'm not more active and, you know, look alive here. And, you know, maybe they've realized they like you. So this could be someone that already knows you. And, you know, they're realizing, okay, well, in order to attract this person, you know, I'm going to have to get myself out there and be interesting and do a little bit of work, you know? Okay, so this card just kind of tells me the same thing. So we have like energy and environment here, right? And the giraffe always tells me like a new perspective, you know, it's like high up. It's looking at the big picture compared to an animal close to the ground. It has the ability to see the entire landscape, right? So maybe they're just now like lifting their head up and realizing that their environment is not the best. Like, what are they actually going to be offering to you when you meet them? So I think they're realizing like, okay, I need to get out of this hermit position and like kind of switch it up. I need to change my environment and my energy, what I radiate out to the world and to other people, therefore attracting you as their future spouse. Let your friends help you. Okay, okay. Ask for and accept support from others. So again, it's going with this, like they're changing maybe even more than just their environment and their energy, like themselves, maybe their goals, maybe their future goals, maybe when you actually think about it and you're like, oh, wait, now I actually have to make decisions for my actual future. Your decisions kind of change now that it's not just a down the line thing, but now that it's a decision you need to make like right now because you're now in the future, you know? So I feel like maybe they're doing these things and maybe they are reaching out for advice and how to maybe purchase a house or a property or do something drastic. Maybe they're starting like, you know, they could be selling something or anything like that. So they've been asking advice, which I like. Okay, so that means they're doing changes. They're not scared of changes. So we have the silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky, and as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. So interesting, because it's under when they used to be like this part of this identity thing, like this group, or maybe it's even their brothers and sisters, a family. Maybe they moved away from their family, so they're kind of feeling like, it doesn't have to be like a group, it could be literally they've moved away from their family or their city that they knew. They just kind of feel out of place. And so the last line is, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Like maybe they literally have had those moments where they, are so over it that it's like, I'm gonna do the hard work now. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And in order to stop, I need to change these habits of mine. Okay, so then we have Spice Girls. Get your act together. We could be just fine. So, exactly, like they are aware of this. They're aware. You guys will meet. Everything will be fine if they get their act together. Like they are aware of this. So this is what they're trying to tell you, like to try to just be patient with them a little bit. They've realized that they kind of just sat around for a minute, and now they're going to do the catch up and the hard work, right? Okay, so what do you need to release? So maybe that's what they are working on right now. They're releasing a lot of that, maybe that fear, that stuff that held them back before. Because by asking for, support and advice and guidance from people around you and mentors, you are getting through that fear. You are working through it. You're getting past it. And you will learn something, and you won't be so afraid anymore. We have communicate clearly. And I like that it's under this. So they really are like communicating that they need help in whatever area it is, and that they are working on it. And maybe this has to do with you as well, because they do like you. So maybe that's what they're working on, is like being able to, be in that position where they feel like when they make you an offer, and a clear offer, you won't be able to turn it down. And it'll be a very clear, lovely offer, not a wishy-washy, flirty thing, it's going to be real. And maybe that's why they're not saying anything yet. Okay, so I don't know if this is for you or for them, but in the end, this is the end, and it's you're ready. So either that means that they will be ready, okay? Or that's just kind of saying that you are ready to receive this, and they know that, and now they're trying to catch up. Right? Let's see what's in this cute little bottle here. So like I said in the other readings, I wrote these, obviously, but I don't know which ones went in each one, and I can't remember what this one even is. Oh, okay, so I like this. I'm working on myself right now. Perfect, so that is what they're doing, and that is normally what the Hermit card does stand for, is not only just staying in your house, obviously, but it's more just going within yourself and doing that hard work and illuminating those shadows within you so that you can gain wisdom and work through the problems that are blocking you. Okay, so let's get some charms. Whoopsies. Alrighty, what do we have? So we have a big N, and that's our only letter. Wow, okay, so that's the only letter we have. It's a little wobbly. Okay. Alrighty, so we have love. Okay. We have the number 2, so that is the High Priestess. Now that is your person following their intuition. you know, knowing who they are. So that is what they're trying to reach to. They want to be in that high priestess position where who turns down a high priestess, you know? So we have this little blue, and she has a little star in her hair. So to me, she's kind of like a wish or a wish deliverer or a helpful little guidance, a little spirit guide, a little pixie in your ear, you know, kind of helping to guide you. So that tells me that your person, again, is listening to their intuition, right? It's right after the high priestess. They're following their intuition. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Now this is a offer of emotion. This is also, it could be a like an offer of not just a date, but really sitting down and getting to know someone, right? Like you don't just sit and do a quick tea time. Tea time is in order to sit down with a person and share a drink and get to know each other, right? So, but I normally read this as the Ace of Cups normally, but I do like that it's a picture. Then we have an arrow, and I like it because it's pointing in this direction. So it's pointing forward. It's forward motion. We have a key. So the key is obviously an answer or a solution to a problem. So I think your person has finally found that solution. Maybe they've been struggling with it for a while, and now that they've realized, oh, I need to follow my intuition. I need to do what makes me happy. Therefore, it makes my energy and my frequency better. Therefore, attracting a person on that same frequency, which would be you. Okay. Well, hello. We already had the giraffe, right? This is a new perspective. This is a new perspective. It's seeing something in the whole picture. This is the key. That's what they've realized. And this little cat charm is my scare or my frighten or my shock, my surprise charm. Okay, so it's something unexpected. Not that it's like terrifying, but I mean something unexpected. So they weren't expecting to, you know, like they've been, again, lonely. They just thought maybe, oh, okay, I thought it was just gonna like happen. Like I didn't realize I had to do the work. And in order to get that person that I want to manifest, I need to do the hard work. Right? And maybe they even see you like as that key. You are that key that, you know, they're searching for to unlock their happy future. And so in order to get you, they need to do this work to find that key, to get you and lock you down, right? So let's see what the pendulum has to say. So we're going to ask the pendulum what they would say to you if they could, right? Through like, you know, ESP, or, you know, if you guys met in a dream, something like that. What would they say to you right now if they had that ability? Okay, we met recently, and maybe that's why you're on their mind, and that they do know you and do like you because you have met recently. So that doesn't mean, you know, 5 years ago. So recently, whatever that means to you. To me, that feels like within at least the last year or so. I mean, according to coronavirus, like a whole year is like taken out there. But so what you feel as recently, take that, okay? But I like this whole reading, you guys. I feel like that's good. And, you know, they'll be ready. You are ready. They're just doing that little bit of, they're releasing some stuff, you know, and they have realized that they like you. You are what they're going for. All right, so I hope that helped. If not, check out other videos. Comment, like, subscribe. It helps me a whole bunch. And I hope you guys take care. and have a good night.